Welcome to SportNation. Here we go, another round of Premier League games. Tom and Ollie with me. Guys, let's start with Swansea against Manchester United. Some good stats here. Swans unbeaten, last 6 Premier League games. If you go back, longest unbeaten run, but United looks so strong.
So strong. And I think Lukaku, obviously, he was touted. Was he going to go to Chelsea? I think that's a big coup for Manchester United. He is going to score goals galore.
Talk to Chelsea, Matic.
Yeah.
Matic looks as if he's been there for 10 years, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Giving Pogba that free role, which is, I think, really important for Lukaku and Rashford. It's going to be, supplying a lot of goals, I think.
No Sigurdsson for the Swans. That's a huge blow.
Massive miss. And I think Llorente's broken his arm, so I think they're going to be out without Llorente and Sigurdsson.
So Sigurdsson has been involved in the last 6 goals they've scored against United, so they're really going to miss him.
So are we saying banker, Manchester United away from home?
It looks that way, doesn't it? I think the Swans are struggling to score. They looked fairly blunt. I know they've got Tammy Abraham up top, but first or second game in the Prem. For me, on paper, that looks like a comfortable away win.
They've never kept a clean sheet against United in the Premier League, ever. United got the tails up. For me, this is...
You go back to 1982, I think, Danny Davis, I played against him.
Oh, wow.
That's how long ago that was. Black and white telling.
I reckon if you want to play it safe, over 2.5 goals, there's going to be goals in this. If you want to, lower odds, it'd probably just be United win.
Yeah.
I'm with you. So we're saying Manchester United to beat Swansea. What about Bournemouth against Watford? This is a tricky one. I'm going to go the home side just. I don't really trust Watford away from home personally. So I think Bournemouth, if Bournemouth are going to stay in the Premier League, this is the game, the fixture on paper to say, we've got to go for 3 points.
Agreed. I think Eddie Howe will make sure that they're good at home. They will rely on it. Bournemouth away from home conceded too many goals. I think only Hull and Watford conceded more goals away from home than
Bournemouth,
last year.
I think, just looking at this, conceded 135 goals in the Premier League since we were promoted 2015, more than any other top flight club.
That says it all, really, doesn't it?
The last 6 times they played each other.
This is...
So it's
going to be tight.
I fancy a 1-0, 2-1. I think Watford will score.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm going to go 2-0 to be honest. 2-1, excuse me. 2-1, I think, just in favour of the home side.
Okaka looks decent. You see him? Big guy, big presence. Deeney's out injured, I think, so.
Yeah, Deeney's a threat, but he's not playing. It looks like he's not going to play.
No,
so
exactly.
That's another reason why I just go narrow home wins.
I would go, if I'm looking at that, I think that looks like both teams to score. Both teams look leaky at the back for me. Bournemouth obviously signed Jermaine Defoe. Josh King was on fire last year. Watford have got Okaka, like you said, looked really menacing against Liverpool. And I think Andre Gray is a brilliant signing. Yeah. He will score goals for Watford.
Okay, so we're saying, so we think United will win at Swansea, and we think Bournemouth just home win.
I'm going for a draw.
A draw?
Yeah, I'm going to go for a draw.
I think Bournemouth will just edge that. I'm with you.
And me. Right, talking about draws. So our next game, Burnley against West Brom. Johnny Evans, lots of talk about Johnny Evans, West Brom, going to Manchester City.
That's a strange one.
It can only be his cover, surely.
I had to read that 2 or 3 times when I first saw that, and 18 million's been rejected. It's saying that City are going to go back with more. He's 29. I know he's got a lot of Premier experience, but he's probably not going to start. It's a very, very strange one for me.
And me. It really, as you say, don't get me wrong, I don't want to be disrespectful to Johnny. He played at Manchester United. I don't want to be disrespectful, but he's a good, steady centre-back. So it has to be cover, because City need more than that.
Yeah, I agree. It can only be cover. With John Stones, Otamendi, company, I think he's got to look at it from his point of view. He's 29. He either goes there for a paycheck, or he stays at West Brom and he's their main boy.
I think, it's a good point. I think at that age, to go to a big club like that, you're going to be part of the win bonus scheme. You're going to get more money. You've got a slice of the action of the 18 mil, so it'd be a surprise to me if he doesn't go.
Yeah, that's an excellent payday.
He's a Tony Pulis player, though, isn't he? He likes really his big centre backs that attack the ball home, in defence and attack on set pieces. So, but I've got a score draw all over this. Me, I think 1-1.
Yeah.
Well, interestingly, I thought this would probably be a bit of a low-scoring game, but the stats suggest otherwise. The stats are saying Both teams have scored in each of the last 6 times they've played at Turf Moor,
Mm.
and the last 2 have finished 2-2.
Okay.
Burnley have gone 6 games unbeaten against the Baggies.
See, it's going to be tight as well. I think Burnley last season were very good at home. Their home form kept them up. I think they had 7 1-0 wins at Turf Moor. I think that's going to be tight. I know the stats say goals, but for me, that doesn't look like a goal fest.
1-1 for me.
What are you saying?
1-0 Burnley for me.
I'm going both teams to score.
In a draw.
Yeah, draw.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Going for a draw.
Both teams to score.
We're going to talk Leicester next. So, Leicester against Brighton. Listen, I think everyone would love Chrissy Houghton. I know Chrissy very, very well. He's not had a lot of money to play with yet. Who knows, they may have 1 or 2 fresh faces coming in, or they might wait till January. But I think it's a hard one. Leicester showed us opening game that, you know, they're still a decent side. So I think this is going to be not easy for Leicester, but really a home banker for me.
I've got to say I'm with you. Leicester know how they play, and they know what causes teams problems. Against Arsenal, hit them on the counter attack, get balls into the box. Leicester look a threat. I mean, they've got pace on the wings, made some good acquisitions as well.
Good record against newly promoted sides as well.
Yeah.
And they're the games that they definitely have to pick up points against if they're going to, have a decent season. They can't slip up against the lower teams. So I think Vardy looked very sharp at the weekend.
Great second goal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All Brighton whips a ball in, boom, on that last flash.
It was just, the thing is, that's what you want as a centre forward. All Brighton's put it on a plate. Yeah, he really has.
You know, Vardy, I'd buy him if Everton, the top bit, trying to break in the top 6. I think they need a striker, man. He's the type of guy I'd buy.
I think defenders don't want to play against him. He's got pace. He runs in behind, and you get him anywhere around the box, he'll finish. Yeah. He will always score goals, and I think he's a threat wherever he's playing.
So Ollie, how do you see this?
I'm going to go for a Vardy win cast. So Leicester.
A Vardy win cast.
Yeah, Leicester to win, Vardy to score.
Right.
I quite like the look of that. I think it will be Leicester to win. I think both teams will score. I fancy Brighton caused City quite a few problems, more than I think Pep thought they were going to. I fancy Leicester to win, both teams to score.
Okay, I'd go with that. Yeah. Right. So next up, we're going to talk Liverpool. Liverpool against Palace. Now, believe it or not, there's a lot of people already talking about Frank de Boer. Is this going to be a job too far, if you like? He went to Italy, it didn't work. He comes to the Premiership. First game they get hammered. Absolutely hammered. I didn't see that coming. But believe it or not, they've got a good record against Liverpool at Anfield.
Really good. Really
it's actually crazy how good the record is. I don't think they've lost in the last 6.
Liverpool haven't kept a clean sheet against Palace in 13 competitive matches.
Benteke.
He loves scoring against them. He scored 5 goals in his previous 3 Premier League games at Anfield.
The stat that I like about Benteke scored more goals as an opposition player than he did for Liverpool in his career there. That's a crazy record. I like a little romantic story with players going back to their former club. Yeah. I can see Benteke getting on the score sheet.
Can you? But not to win?
Maybe not to win.
I fancy Liverpool strong. I know there's problems. Coutinho won't go away. Every time you see Klopp, he's getting really irritated. Leave me alone. He's not going. He's not for sale. He is going.
He's gone. There's too many rumblings there for it not to happen. I think the Palace one's an interesting one because Sam Allardyce got them playing in a certain way, very direct, very physical, whereas now De Boer wants them to play football.
From the
That's
back.
A completely different kind of mindset for defenders, for the midfielders. Now they're going to go and get the ball off the fullback. They weren't doing that last year. I think it's.
I hope he gets it right, by the way, because I love the way Ajax play, but this is the Premier League. It's not Dutch football.
It's going to take them a while to settle, if they do settle.
That's exactly it.
They looked a bit confused last weekend. They didn't really know how to play.
I just looked at Scott Dan, very good footballer, has been consistent the last 2 or 3 years. A couple of the times he just didn't know whether to hit the front man or try and play it round at the back. I think that indecision, it might take him a few weeks to get used to the new kind of methods, but I think for me that looks like a home win again.
It's 2 or 3 for me. 2-0, 3-0 for me. Sorry, maybe 2-1. You know. But Liverpool must win this. Yeah. If they're serious about winning the Premiership or getting top 3, then they've got to win this game. Sorry.
Agreed.
I'm going to go with Liverpool to win, both teams to score. I don't think they'll keep a clean sheet. They're terrible at set pieces. Yeah, I think that all over the place when the ball comes in the box, they're going to concede. But they probably will win.
I agree with that. I just got a funny feeling that Benteke is going to score.
Yeah.
I'll go with Benteke to score. But if I'm going for the result, it's a Liverpool home win.
Now we look at Southampton taking on the Hammers. Southampton, God, if you're a Saints fan, you're like, give us a goal, please, at home. They can't score at home.
They are very, very goal shy. They haven't scored in their last 6 home games. The season ticket holders must be thinking, what are we doing coming here every week?
So their last game, they had 29 shots and only 2 on target and 0 goals or whistle. So they're blunt up top. Charlie Austin was on the bench. Hopefully, if he does start, that might turn around. But yeah, I think they've got issues getting goals. And they're playing boring football.
The thing is, creating 29 opportunities means they're actually getting in the right positions. They just don't have anyone to stick the ball in the back of the net.
But what about West Ham? Are they on the travels? Can they trouble Southampton?
I think they will call. I like the signings that West Ham have made this summer. I think last year they struggled a bit going forward, relied heavily on Antonio, whereas this year brought in Arnautovic, brought in centre forward as well, Chicharito. Yeah. I think they will score goals. But Southampton are very, very good defensively.
Yeah, I've fancy 1-1. I'm going to go a draw here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be low scoring. I'm going to go under 2.5 goals. I don't think those new signings have settled in yet.
No.
So I do think it's going to be a bit of a boring game. But yeah, under 2.5 goals.
I completely agree with that. That game, I'm looking at that thinking there's not many goals in it. If I had to call it, I'd probably go a draw.
Yeah, same.
A draw?
Yeah.
Okay, score draw for me. Let's talk Stoke against Arsenal. No love lost here between Stoke and Arsenal, especially up there. You know, Arsene Wenger, Mark Hughes, I don't think they like each other. You look at the stats of lost just once in the last 7 home games against Arsenal. Is this a different Arsenal? Can they go there and outplay Stoke and take the chances?
I would love to say yes. Stoke are our bogey team, so my dad is a Stoke fan. This is like my family derby, this one. So Stoke always cause Arsenal problems. They have done for I think it's 10 years they've been in the Prem now. And this is always one that I do not look forward to. Peter Crouch always seems to pop up. He scored 9 goals against Arsenal, more than any other club. I think he probably won't start, but he'll come on and he will cause Arsenal problems. I would love to say Arsenal look a little bit more robust. I think the new signing, Kasalanic, is a very good signing. Looks very physical. Yeah. He's the sort of player Arsenal need.
At Stoke as well.
And definitely going up to Stoke.
You know, when you go to Stoke, you have to, first and foremost, you roll your sleeves up, don't you? Come on, then. You know, it's going to be difficult. You know it's going to be physical. Yeah. So you have to match that, and then Arsenal's class should, and I think will, prevail. So I'm going to go 2-1, something like that for Arsenal.
Lacazette's going to be on the score sheet?
I really like the look of him. I think his movement's great. I think in front of goal, either foot, he's confident. I like the fact that he even shifted it onto his left. I think he will score goals this year. I like the 2-1 Arsenal shout. For me, there will definitely be goals in this. I am a gooner. But I would say there will definitely be goals in this. This is both teams to score. It's completely nailed on. So Stoke always score against Arsenal.
If Lacazette does score, he'll be the first player in Arsenal's history to score on his first 2 opening games.
Wow.
In history?
In Premier League history.
Premier League history.
Ian Wright did it in, what was it, 91?
Yeah, 91.
Wow.
Also, it's worth noting that Giroud is currently on 99 goals. So if he comes on, might nick a goal.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I'm going to Arsenal win, just.
I think so. I would like to think so. Mark Hughes doesn't have a very good record. He's lost more Premier League games against Wenger than anyone else. Yeah. I think the challenge with Mark Hughes, he likes to play football. And when you play against Arsenal, that's what they want to do. Yeah. So I would sway towards Arsenal, even though I'm a gooner. But both teams to score is nailed on.
I'm going to go Arsenal to win, both teams to score. They've got that new striker from PSG, Hesse, is it?
Yeah, Hesse.
It wouldn't surprise me if he got a debut goal. He's a decent player. So, but I just think at the end of the day, Arsenal will be too much.
Okay, I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. But I wouldn't be having more than £1 on it, to be honest.
No.
We're going to look at Sunday's game coming next. We're going to look at Huddersfield against Newcastle. So, Rafa, we keep reading, he's so frustrated, isn't he? He needs he needs signings. He needs them fast. You know what Shelby was doing last week, I do not know. Absolute nonsense, crazy.
Yeah.
What was he doing? That's just. It was almost saying, I don't fancy it anymore. I'm going for a shower. Have the 3 points.
Yeah.
He let his teammates down badly. Can they bounce back, Huddersfield? I'm not sure they can.
I really like the look of Huddersfield, the way they play, the way they pressed. I think they're going to be a breath of fresh air to the Premier League this year. I think they're going to be everyone's second team. The way they play, the whole spirit around the club, I really like the look of them. Newcastle are, like you say, in disarray. I know they've just signed Hosselu from Stoke. I mean, he didn't kind of set the world alight at Stoke. And I think Rafa's has brought in reinforcements, but it's probably not the reinforcements he'd want.
No.
Yeah, for me, Huddersfield could be 2 from 2, which you would never have thought at the start of the season.
This is the perfect game for Huddersfield to have as a second game. They're at home, they're against newly promoted
Full house, a lot of travelling supporters there. It's going to be great atmosphere.
Yeah, it's going to be a wicked atmosphere. Their confidence is high from the first game. I think that Meunier's looking very good. So I think Huddersfield could win this.
I agree with you.
I think Meunier will be on the score sheet.
I saw a good stat with Meunier. He had the second best aerial win record of anyone in Europe last season. It was only Benteke that was better. So he is going to cause defenders all sorts of problems this year.
That's going to be great. Looking forward to it. But Newcastle fans, you know, they'll be hopeful. If they've got any hope whatsoever finishing halfway or in the top 10, it's a game they have to win, and I don't think they will. Not yet.
No,
right, Wembley coming next. So what a game this is on the Sunday. 4 o'clock kickoff. Spurs, is it going to be a step too far this season? Tottenham playing at Wembley. Chelsea, the dressing room does not seem right. The Costa saga does not go away. When's Hazard coming back? He wants new faces in, Conte. At the moment, I'm just going to side with Spurs, my old club, because I just think Tottenham, with their best of living now, are a real good side, and I think they're catching Chelsea at the right time.
I completely agree with everything.
And you're a Gooner.
And I'm a Gooner. I think this is a real interesting one, though. Tottenham going to playing at Wembley, obviously had their troubles there. In the Champions League, they only won 1 of 4 last year. They don't have the best record at Wembley. So if this was at White Hart Lane, I'd be going right now with the Chelsea situation, bank a home win. I've got a funny feeling that Chelsea, they lost the first game. They're going to come out and they're going to have to put in a performance. I've just got a funny feeling that it won't be as easy as everyone thinks out.
Since Pochettino came, you know, this is a great start, and I wasn't aware of it till yesterday. Tottenham haven't lost a Premier League derby since Pochettino's been there.
Yeah.
Fantastic start, isn't it? Really is. But as you say, it's Wembley. Chelsea, I don't know. I just can't work out what is wrong at Chelsea. But you know, I heard from a very good source that the problems in the dressing room. They don't like he demands so much. They won the championship. They won the Premiership, and yet the board don't seem to be backing him as well. Which another puzzle for me. I don't understand.
What more can he do? Like, he's won the league. Winning the league means you have to build on that, and you need to bring in reinforcements because everyone else is chasing you.
Yeah.
And I think Chelsea's squad, if you look at it now, it's completely different from what it was at the start of last year.
Yeah.
And they're weaker. Tottenham, I know they haven't made the signings, but it looks like they're signing Davinson Sanchez from Ajax, who is a very, very good footballer. I watched him a lot for Ajax and in the Europa League final against
The only problem
United.
I'd say is I'd just be careful because Klassen at the moment hasn't really, well, it's early on, but from what I gather on an Everton shot at the moment, he's been, you know, it's the demands of the Prem are so much different.
True. I think it's slightly different. He's attacking, creative. Coming in and trying to do that job in the Premier League is very, very tough. Obviously, get less time, get less space. Whereas coming in as a centre-half, big centre-half at that as well, Sanchez, I think he'll slot in perfectly.
Yeah. What are the stats telling us then? Are we talking about a home win or a draw? Because Chelsea were Tottenham's bogey side, weren't they?
Yeah,
but changed a little.
Chelsea haven't lost their 2 opening games in the season in the league since 1973. So, I don't know. You could say that they're going to cause Tottenham some troubles, but I don't know. Just looking on their performance the other day.
Another stat that I really like: Harry Kane hasn't ever scored a Premier League goal in August. it's
Great stat.
it's a
Great
ridiculous stat, but it's got to get broken
Hit the
sooner or
post
later.
last week, didn't he?
He did.
Well, it just maybe. You know, there's only 3,000 Chelsea fans allowed, so I think we're only going to have 70,000. It's not going to be full.
Yeah, there's 20,000 empty seats.
Yeah, which is a shame, really.
Yeah, it really is.
But I think they're sticking to that. The police, 3,000 away fans. That's it. Even though there's plenty of empty seats. I'm going to go Tottenham win. I'm going to go home win.
I'm going to go with Harry Kane to score any time because he has scored 18 goals in 21 Premier League London derbies. He likes a derby, and yeah, he's due a goal.
Harry Kane loves a derby. Pochettino, we found out at home, loves a derby. It's not a Chelsea win, but for me, I think Chelsea need a performance. I don't see them
He's
losing.
a gunner.
I'm going. This is going to end a draw, and I'll be a happy gooner come
I'm
Sunday
going
night.
Tottenham 2-1 for me. Boys, really enjoyed it. Another Premiership weekend upon us. Hope you've enjoyed Sport Nation with the guys and me, Alan Brazil. Thank you.